Next, under tab 7, we have CS for SB 1252 by Senator DeSigley, Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 1252 is the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles legislative package. The bill makes several changes relating to the department to increase efficiency, provide more flexibility and protections for the public and businesses, and comply with federal commercial motor vehicle requirements. Some of the highlights, I won't go through all of them, but the bill allows authorized agents of the department to conduct certain CMV registration transactions. The bill requires crash reports be submitted electronically to the department as of July 1st, 2025. The bill requires that the department brand flood vehicle titles indicating the type of water that caused the damage. The bill provides a process for an insurance company to receive a salvage title or certificate of destruction for a total loss vehicle when the company has been unable to obtain release of all liens following payment. The bill provides another process for transfer of ownership of a motor vehicle or mobile home to a rightful heir. The bill adds damaged or dismantled vessel to the salvage statute to allow independent entities to store and participate in the sale of such vessels as they do with motor vehicles. The bill allows a disabled veteran who qualifies for a free DV license plate to choose instead a military specialty license plate he or she qualifies for. The bill removes requirements for the purchase of non-cancelable insurance coverage. And finally, the bill makes other clarifying technical and conforming changes. That is the bill.
Questions of the sponsor? There are no amendments. I have several appearance cards. First is Tim Qualls, representing Florida Tax Collectors Association, waiving in support. Jennifer Langston from the agency is waiving her time in support. Leslie Doogie from the Enterprise National Alamo Rental Car, waiving in support. And speaking against is Ann Salomon. Is that correct? Come forward, you're recognized. Welcome.
Is that it?
Pull it up just a
Is
little
it okay
closer
now?
a little closer to you. And you.
How's this?
Yeah.
Oh, now I hear it. Okay. So good morning. My name is, thank you, is Ann Salomon. I'm here speaking as a businesswoman, as a resident, and as a religious person in opposition to one aspect of Senate Bill 1252, specifically the enhanced provisions for sex offenders related to driver's licenses or ID cards, by changing a demarcation that already exists on these cards and marking them or coloring them red. Nationwide, sex offenders have a low recidivism rate for committing another sex offense of 0.8% within 3 years and 3.1% within 14 years. This is significantly lower than other crime categories. This data are averages of multiple studies with thousands of sex offenders over multiple regions in the United States. In juxtaposition, FDC, our Florida Department of Corrections, reports that Florida sex offenders have a recidivism rate for any crime of 24.7%. Why? Simplistically, 60% are homeless. FDC needs to determine what percentage of this return to prison is from committing another sex offense, because that would be important, versus technical violations because they're living in tents. People labeled sex offenders have an extremely difficult life. Currently, a sex offense is a pariah of all crimes. In the 80s and 90s, it was drug people. While in prison, they're not allowed to work in most prison jobs, including work release. They are often victims of prison predators. As returning citizens, they're registered for life in Florida, no matter what the severity of the crime. With this continuous notoriety, of course, we're afraid of them. Sex offenders are not just afraid, they are terrified of us because many people treat them cruelly. Requiring a blatant red A on their driver's license is simply another stake in their hearts. How can these human beings achieve redemption and rehabilitation when they're continuously ostracized and castigated? Yes, for every offense, we can visualize a worst-case scenario, Jeffrey Dahmer, for instance. But do we throw away tens of thousands of people in response? This bill is further cruelty to already marginalized people. We should not support Senate Bill 1252 unless amended to delete the provisions for in a distinctive format and printed in the color red. While the bill's sponsor and supporters do intend to do good, the outcomes are harmful, not beneficial. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Salomon, very much for appearing before the committee and traveling to Tallahassee. That is all the appearance cards I have. Is there debate on the bill? Seeing no debate, Senator DeSiglia, you're recognized to close.
I waive close, Mr. Chairman.
Having ways closed, Brooke, please call the roll on final passage of CS for SB 1252.
Senator Collins? Yes. Senator DeSiglia?
Yes.
Senator Grahl? Yes. Senator Perry? Yes. Senator Polsky?
Yes.
Senator Powell? Yes. Senator Stewart?
Yes.
Senator Thompson? Yes. Senator Wright?
Yes.
Senator Yarborough? Yes. Vice Chair Trumbull?
Yes.
Chair Hooper?
Yes, and by your vote, show CS for SB 1252 reported favorably.